So, greetings from back garden. I have recently purchased Robo-Block from Thorne's, and I'm going to unpackage it just so you can actually see the intricacies of it, sort of see it inside out. Let me just switch that there. Okay. So what I'm going to attempt to do is, first of all, crikey, try and get into it, albeit badly. Okay, so it's made up of lots of well, actually, not to say lots, there's three bits of metal which slides. The one which I've grabbed is a tray. It's a tray for collecting pollen, if that's the sort of thing you want to do. I personally don't, because I think perhaps the bees need the pollen rather than the beekeeper. And there we go. And there's just the other two are sliders, just like this. Nothing special, just a, oh hang on, drop the thing. Nothing special, just bits of aluminium with a hole. And I found that having a little tool, which didn't come with it, but a little tool with a sort of crochet hook on it can be really useful. Now, I think the epiphany with this is, now it's mainly this bit. So that this bit here is an entrance which the bees can get through, and next door to it is another setting. I think that's the setting for the pollen. So the bees can just about squeeze through that, or those holes, but in doing so, because they're just that little bit tight, they drop some, if not all, of the pollen from their pollen sacs as they go into underneath, and underneath there would be a little tray to collect the pollen. What the important thing is, what I discovered, that if you look at it lengthways, the midpoint, maybe I can't, but take my word for it, that the midpoint there is the sort of a hole, a little hole, sort of down the middle of it, which kind of runs, if I point to it with my index finger, that's the midrib. Yeah, well, wasps and other robbers, other bees even, can't go from the say the pollen holes. They can't go across the midrib to the other side, and that's something which is a little bit of an epiphany for me, because I was kind of thinking with the first hole, hang on, first hole, is it this side? Yeah, that, oh well, you would have to put both of them in one end. No, so long as you've got one on the back, so they can't use the pollen holes. Hang on, he's got pollen holes. Hang on, like that, just a minute. Was it like that? Oh, there we go. There we go. As long as there's something covering the back setup, then you can slide the one at the front. Ooh, hang on. You can slide the one at the front to your heart's content to vary the hole, the entrance hole, without worrying that at the other ends the bees nip through the pollen holes. Now there are other settings to this. There's the supposed anti-robbing setting, whereby there's holes at the front which let bees through. That's not a problem. And then there's some other holes parallel, not quite parallel, offset at the back of it. And for some unknown reason, they think wasps and other robbers could go through the front holes but not realise that the other holes are offset and then give up trying to rob the hive. Well, I have my experience this year, that is not the case. They soon suss out that what you need to do is go through the holes and then find the holes, the offset. So that anti-robbing device, in my experience, doesn't work. One other downside to this is when you're carrying it, if you put it on the tilt, all your little, hang on, oh crikey, all your little sliders fall out. So what I do now is I've come to the conclusion all I want is just the slider setting as an entrance slider setting, and the other two what do I call the bars, which slider, the sliders, these I glue the other two, which are superfluous, onto the Robo-Block. Use just a little bit of PVA to do that, and then all it needs to do is worry about the setting, the slider at the front. And this year I've had wasps taking a great interest in one or two of my hives, and I've slotted it or slid the bar across so it's only one bee space wide, and that seems to work really well to keep the wasps and other robbers at bay. So very happy with that arrangement. So I thought I'd share that with you. And yeah, the important thing is that midrib there, they can't get through. Anyway, until next time, bye for now.